to me, this is me speaking. You can correct me if I'm wrong, or you can just give your give your opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
The females I just named back in the day, y'all were based on strictly lyrics and talent. Fast forward today, a lot of the females now, it's like it's about sex sales. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
a female now can be able to not rap, as long as she's showing her titties or her body in a video, that shit will pass. But back in the day, when Sugar T, Mia X, Yo Yo, Queen Latifah, and Mia X, I mean, I'm sorry, MC Light was doing that thing. It was strictly based on the lyrics. So now it's more of a sex sales type thing, as opposed to back in the day when it was based on lyrics and based
Mm-hmm.
on talent. You know what I'm saying? So, how do you feel about what you see now versus what y'all had to go through back in the day?
Well, it was the same thing sex was selling back in the day. It's just now it's overkill. You know what I mean? And the difference is that it was so much more um, that, um, you know, um, it was more of us getting support. It was a balance. It wasn't just one thing getting pushed and recognized. You know what I mean? Um, but the crazy part is, it was, like I said, it was more of other things that helped balance it out. You know what I mean? That's the difference. Now it's just, I don't necessarily know if you would say it would get play. I think it's just more places to play anything, because there's other avenues, besides just relying on one thing,
Right.
one avenue, just maybe, just the record label. It's not just, people that's relying on, um, hoping that they can come out, but they got to wait to get signed. Back then, a lot of people had to wait to get signed, or they was on independent labels. It wasn't a whole lot. But now, you got so many avenues, you could just see more of it. But sex was still there. I don't want this. What I don't want to do is I got to stop doing this, and I'm starting to learn, because when I think about it, I'm like, I don't want to give this generation all the credit for sex, because they weren't the only one that did it. We had Foxy Brown, we had Little Kim, you know what I'm saying? We had Do you think I'm a nasty girl to make you want a fantasy? The whole little nasty world. Remember that one? Vanity Six. You remember
Yeah,
that one?
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, then we had shoot. I got a meeting in the ladies' room. We had some cute sex appeals. Women that had. I don't know, but I think you better watch your man. 'Cause girl, he's doing it like nobody else can. You know what I'm saying? So you remember that song? If you wanna look good, best go powder your nose. Remember that one?
Yes, I do.
So
Yes, I do.
you know what I mean? So we had sex appeals, but it was just not as many as quick, and they didn't just pick two, to push. You know what I mean? It was multiple ones that was being pushed, along with other type of brands and presentations as well. You feel me? So that's the difference. I even had my little sexy time. You know what I'm saying? I had a song. I don't know if you heard my song on Paper Chasing. Did you hear my song on Paper Chasing? It was called I can't even think of it. I gotta listen to it.
That's crazy.
Anyway, I got a whole bunch of songs, so I can't even think of it because I didn't really perform it that often. But bottom line is, it's on there, and it was on the charts with it. And I still do sexy stuff, but it's just not my only conversation. So that's the difference. I think that it's an overkill of that, and that's the difference. You know what I mean?
I guess to me, like as a man,
Hmm.
like back in the day, like when you was out, when Yo-Yo was out, when MC Light, Queen Latifah, Boss, Mia X was out, like y'all wasn't in the video with outfits on that was showing your titties off, that was showing your cooch off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it wasn't about that sold y'all. So with that being said, it was the lyrics and the talent that sold y'all.
Yeah.
Fast forward now, you have a female now who has, not saying that females don't have talent, but you have a female now that has no talent. As long as her titties are showing in the video, as long as she got a thong or whatever on that shows her body off, now the average dude will fuck with that because of what she's looked like. That's because of what she's talking about.
You
Back in
got
the
it.
day, back in
There
the
you
day,
go. You
back in
wise.
the
You should tell
right,
them.
right.
Now
Back in
you
the
wise.
day, right. So back in the day, like, now, no disrespect, but to me, Sugar T, you were cute to me back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You had your little thing going on, but you didn't get on the video half naked. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that Sugar T had a booty or a coochie or big titties or whatever. It wasn't that. It was her lyrics. Frequently so because you was
Right.
spitting, motherfucker. You had lyrics in that
That's
bitch.
real.
You know what I'm saying? Doubt about it sold because Mia X was spitting lyrics in that motherfucker. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's right.
Point Georgia sold because MC Light was spitting lyrics in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
like,
real.
or either Yo-Yo West Side Story because Yo-Yo was spitting lyrics in that motherfucker.
Yes.
Deeper sold because Boss was speaking lyrics in that motherfucker, not because she was dressed in a sexy way.
Yeah, we was holding it down. We was holding it down. Yeah, showcasing strong women without having to use sex to lead the way.
Right. So,
you know, a lot of people don't know what you just said. A lot of people don't know that that's part of the problem because everybody's blaming it in certain ways or on certain parts, but they don't understand the root of it. And you just mentioned the root of it. The root of it is that what you just said, that it's men that will mess with them and push them and get behind them because of how they dressing, because they have their own agenda. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right. I totally agree. And that's what they're the ones that help mess this stuff up for us. And I'm happy that you know that. And the men stop pushing women like us. I should say mess it up. Look, I sound so bitter. I am a little bitter because it's not fair how they're. It's the truth. They're just only pushing. You know, all the men, the new and the older ones. I seen it before my eyes. I'm almost done. My documentary is called The Rapidemic, and it's when hip hop became a pandemic for the women who trailblazed for hip hop and for the culture of hip hop and the impact that it has today. Okay. And that is I seen the whole thing right before my very eyes. I was a victim of people telling me, oh, don't, people just want to hear hood music. They don't want to. I'm like, that's not true. You know what I mean? People didn't pivot, they didn't pivot. They stayed in the box and then they got even more ignorant, and it's just sickening, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's definitely a different age, and the craziest part is now, you already have women who are competitive towards one another. You already have a generation that really don't want to work. You know what I mean? That don't want to work at all. You have a couple of generations that think somebody owes them something and they're privileged, and and they don't want to work hard because they see all these what they think is easy ways to make money, right? And it just, by having that in front of the game like that, I think it just escalates, where a lot of people are missing out on what life is really about.